A 3 meter long board, pretty long, it's only 1 meter, imagine it's 3 meters long. I've got two supports, one on each side, okay? And the board itself weighs 100 newtons. So, the center of mass of this is going to be 1.5 meters from that edge. So, there's a couple of ways you can look at this. One option is to go, okay, all right, well, let's talk about forces. Well, there's only 3 forces. What are the only 3 forces? These two and gravity. What do they all have to add up to? 0. So if I know what this weighs, and I know what the reading is on one of those scales, guess what? I have to know what the other one is because everything has to add up to 100. Okay? Seem reasonable. All right? So, if I look at this and I tell you that, okay, N2 has a value of 75 newtons. So if this is 75 newtons, what has to be the reading on, on scale 1? 25 newtons. So if you were to consider this to be like a negative value because it's pointing down, then these two values here, these two forces, are pushing that up, so that everything adds up to equal to 0. Now, here's the other thing. Your torques also have to add up to 0, okay? Because otherwise it's going to rotate. So you have to worry about two things. You have to worry about torques and you have to worry about forces. So, if you just focus on the center of mass, okay, that would be 1.5 meters, because that's where the center of it is. Okay, you treat it as a point mass of the center. And I'm going to make that negative 100 newtons, because that's going to try and make that go around in one direction. So if this distance here is 2 meters, okay, so that's going to be 2 meters, right? So that torque and that reading on that scale was 75 newtons. So then if I take 75 newtons times 2 meters, I get positive 150 newton meters. And this would be negative 150 newton meters. Now, you're going, but what about that one? Well, if you're clever, and you are, you're going to let that be the point of reference that everything's going to try and spin about. That's why you don't have to worry about that torque, because you can say, okay, hey, I'm going to judge it based upon everything moving around that point.
So then wouldn't that change from 1.5 to be...
I misdrew that. That is actually way out there on the edge.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually, I got a little crazy when I was drawing that. That's actually out there. Okay, yeah, got a little crazy. Okay. All right.